All right, guys, we are going to start on Shurley Grammar Chapter 8. This is going to be part 1 of the 2-part video because I ran out of time classifying. So we're going to classify 2 sentences with this. But in Chapter 8, we're adding possessive noun adjectives to the question-answer flow. What are possessive noun adjectives? Well, let's start with possessive nouns. Possessive nouns name a person, place, or thing, or that shows ownership. A possessive noun uses an apostrophe and an S to show ownership of something. That's where the word possessive comes from. You possess something, you own something. Possessive nouns have 2 jobs. They show ownership, and they also describe or modify like an adjective does. It answers the question, whose? We consider a possessive noun an adjective because it describes a noun. So it might be a little confusing because it's got the word noun in it, but just think of what the job is that it's doing. It's acting like an adjective. So let's look at these examples. We've got the noun Matt. Now you know that Matt is a noun. It's a person, right? Matt is a person, right? But if we add an apostrophe S to the end of Matt, it suddenly becomes Matt's, and it says, and it describes whose dog. Whose dog is this? It's Matt's dog, and so Matt's is now an adjective. Was a noun, over here it's a noun, over here it's an adjective. The magic apostrophe S. Okay, here we've got a noun tree, a thing. But if we're describing whose leaves it is, it's the tree's leaves. We add an apostrophe S. Again, we have an adjective here. Here we have teams. Look, teams already ends with an S. So that's telling us that we've got more than one team, right? Teams. So let's say that we've got a bunch of uniforms and they belong to more than one team. So we've got teams uniforms. Now we could say teams apostrophe S, but then it would be the teams's uniforms, and I don't think most of us don't say teams's. We just say the teams, right? So you can either add an apostrophe S or you can just add an apostrophe right after the S. What you don't want to do, and this is what I've seen some kids do, is they put the apostrophe there, but then that makes it singular again, one team. And here we're talking about more than one team. Does that make sense? Because it ends with an S. So you don't want to do this. You're going to put your apostrophe after the S when it's plural. Okay, here we've got Marcus, the name of a person. Marcus ends with an S, doesn't it? So to make it a possessive noun adjective, to say whose school it is, you can add an apostrophe by itself after the S, Marcus' school, or you can say Marcus's school and add an apostrophe S. So basically the rule is if it already ends in an S, you can just put an apostrophe afterwards, or you can add an apostrophe S. Either one, your choice, okay? What you don't want to do is write the word Marcus and then put your apostrophe there, because what does that read? Marcus. Marcus? What is that? That's not right. Okay, so it would be Marcus's. Okay, so when we're classifying, which we're going to do in a second, you're going to use the abbreviation P&A to stand for possessive noun adjective. All right, so let's go ahead and jump right in. You know that the first thing we're going to do is read the sentence. Matthew's sister is riding in the front car of the roller coaster with her best friend. First thing we look for is prepositions. We are not going to label. We're not going to label starting at the left and going across the sentence from left to right. We're not doing that. We're going to go through the question-answer flow, right? Yes, we are. So the first thing we do is look for prepositions. I see one right there. In. Oops. My pen decided to stop working. Let's pick a new color since we get to choose. How about green? Let's use green. All right, in. Preposition. In what? In the front? Or in the front car. You have to keep reading until the end of it to make sure you get it. In the car, object of the preposition. What kind of car? Describing the car, the noun, a car is an adjective. What kind, which one, how many? The, you know that's an article adjective. Put parentheses around the whole prepositional phrase in the front car. Do you see any other prepositions? Okay, what about of? Of what? Of roller coaster. OP, object of a preposition. The is another article adjective. Label it an A and put parentheses around the whole little thing, the whole prepositional phrase. Do you see any more prepositions? How about with? Yes, with is one of the prepositions. With what or with whom? With her friend, with friend. Object of a preposition. Which friend? Her best friend. Adjective. Some of you are still putting adverb. Remember, when you're describing nouns, it's always an adjective. When you describe adverbs, you use an ad. When you describe a verb, it's an adverb because you're adding to the verb. A friend is not a verb, right? So you know it's going to be an adjective. All right, whose best friend? Her best friend. Or you guys remember that her is a pronoun, right? So this would be a possessive pronoun adjective. Because it's a pronoun, it's acting like an adjective, and it's possessive. Possessive pronoun adjective, PPA. Put parentheses around that prepositional phrase. All right, read what you have left when you take all three of those out. Matthew's sister is writing. Okay, that simplifies it a lot. Who is writing? Sister is writing. Subject, noun. What's being said about sister? Sister is writing. So that is your verb. Now look, we've got is. What do you know about is? Good job. It's a helping verb. Writing is your main verb, and this whole thing together is a verb phrase, is writing. Whose sister is writing? Matthew's sister. Oh, look at this. Apostrophe S. That tells us that this is a possessive noun adjective. Matthew's a noun, but when you add that apostrophe S on the end, it becomes an adjective. And we label it possessive noun adjective, P-N-A. Let's come over here and do our sentence pattern. We are still in pattern 1 and will be for a couple more chapters, I think. Let's go to the end of the sentence. We see a period, and the end mark flow is period. You don't have to write this. I'm just going to do it for you, just so you can remember, because we haven't done this for a while. Statement, declarative. You want to say those 3 words. You do not have to write them down. However, you do write the abbreviation D for declarative at the end of the sentence. Now we're going to go to the verb. So I'm going to draw an arrow. You don't have to. There's a verb. Now remember, it's a verb phrase. You're going to separate the complete subject from the complete predicate by drawing a line in front of the verb. So you're going to draw it in front of the whole verb phrase if you have a helping verb. Okay? Now let's underline the complete subject, which is the subject and everything that goes with it. Let's underline the complete predicate, which is the verb and everything that goes with it, all the way to the end of the sentence. Very nice, very nice. Okay, all right, let's read the last, number 2, the last sentence on this page. Are you going to Jackie's birthday party tomorrow? First thing we're going to look for is what? Prepositions. All right, let's look. Do we see any prepositions? Well, if you've practiced your preposition flow jingle, you know that to is a preposition. Let's just double check and ask the question, to what? To Jackie's, to birthday, or to party? To party, right? That's your object of the preposition. Which party? Is it a Halloween party, a Christmas party? No, it's a birthday party. That's your adjective. It's describing a noun. What kind, which one, how many? Whose birthday party? Oh, look at this. Apostrophe S. That tells us that this is a possessive noun adjective. Label P-N-A. Let's put parentheses around the whole prepositional phrase. And let's read the sentence but without that prepositional phrase. Are you going tomorrow? Okay, the question is, who is going tomorrow? You. And you know that you is a subject pronoun, right? Subject pronoun. So there are 7 subject pronouns that are easy as can be. Well, let's see if I can say them. I and we, clap, clap, clap. He and she, clap, clap, clap. It and they and you. They're all subject pronouns. All right, what is being said about you? You are going. Are, what is are? Helping verb. Good job. And your main verb is going. Now, this is called an inverted. I'm going to write it here. You don't have to write this down. Just you need to remember to just say this out loud. This is an inverted order sentence because your helping verb comes before your subject pronoun or before your subject. So just remember that are and going are the verb phrase. All right, let's write our pattern. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot a word. Tomorrow. When are you going? Tomorrow. Adverb, because remember an adverb, V, tells more about the verb. It tells when you're going. So here's the verb. Tell me more about the verb. When are you going? Tomorrow, it's an adverb because you're adding to the verb. Got it? All right, so let's go back and finish our subject, noun, verb, pattern 1. Check. Let's go to the end of the sentence. Nope. Question mark. So your end mark flow would be, let's see if I can write in cursive with this pen. Question mark, question. And what type of sentence is it? Interrogative. Interrogative. You remember the abbreviation for interrogative is INT. Now we're going to go to the verb. Now here we've got a helping verb in the front of the sentence and your verb is right here. So in this situation, when you have an inverted order, you're going to just draw your line right in front of the verb. You don't want to put it here because that doesn't divide up anything, does it? So we're going to put it right in front of the verb. So let's underline our complete subject, which really is you by itself, and our complete predicate. Don't forget to include that helping verb, but even though it's at the beginning, it's still part of the verb, so it will be part of the complete predicate. The complete predicate is the verb and everything that goes with it. Very good. I don't think that I missed anything. You did a great job, guys. All right, you're gonna the next video will tell you. You'll be sorry, it won't tell you anything. You will be classifying 2 more sentences for chapter 8. I'll put the ears way up here just to be weird. And I hope that you have a great day. It's really not easy to draw with this pen. You know, artists use these pens all the time. So I guess it requires a lot of practice. All right, I'll see you. Bye.